So when you go to literally any store, this can be Best Buy, Hot Topic, Target, or GameStop, especially GameStop, what is the one thing that you normally always see? That's right, these stores sell fucking Funko Pops. These things are so common that I see them at freaking 7-Eleven. So I'm not joking when I say these things are everywhere. Anyway, Funko Pops are basically these small figures that can be stuff from movies, TV shows, video games, or even WWE for some reason. Well, it's not the most random thing I've seen related to WWE, but that's besides the point. These things all look the same. They have those dark, pupilless eyes, those big heads with small bodies, and have no mouths. They all look soulless, like they were made with just one generic body type, and then they just use that body type over and over again. These things are like NFTs, where they're both the same general image, or figure in this case, but then copied and pasted several times in an attempt to look different. And the thing is, people keep buying these stupid things because these things are so popular for some reason. And if they're not, then why are they in every single store I go to? These things just fill the entirety of stores where they feel they need to dedicate an entire aisle to them at stores. GameStop is especially guilty since at this point they sell more Funko Pops and games nowadays. Maybe they should call it Funko Stop instead. So I bought one of these Funko Pops in order to attempt to understand the appeal. It's just Homer Simpson dressed up as Mr. Plow. So hey, now I can have a soulless figure sitting on my desk for the rest of the time, because this is probably going to be the only Funko Pop I'll ever get. I get that people like these things, and that's fine. You like what you like, but I see these things as nothing but a fad. At least I hope it's a fad, mostly because I'm sick and tired of seeing these black-eyed things lying around in stores. That's all I have to say. Thank you for watching.
Yes, I know I made a video with a similar title earlier this year, but guess what? I feel like making this a series now. So that's why the titles for both videos are very similar to each other. But anyways, today I just want to talk about the pointlessness of clip shows. You know what I mean, when you just want to watch an episode of a TV series, but then that episode consists of mostly past clips from other episodes. These episodes are generally some of the most pointless filler I've ever seen. Maybe if it was from a series that didn't air that often, maybe a clip show wouldn't be that bad. But shows that normally get these clip show episodes are from shows that air a lot. Shows like The Simpsons, Seinfeld, Phineas and Ferb, and Friends are all series that air a lot on their networks. But all these series have clip show episodes in them. Again, if these shows didn't air as often as they did in the networks that they air in, then it wouldn't be a problem. But since these are from shows that air a bunch, I don't see the point in watching an episode that consists of past clips from other episodes that air a lot. And now with streaming being the most common way to watch these series, these clip shows become even more pointless to watch. I literally can't see myself watching past clips of something that come from other episodes when I can literally watch the other episodes. Especially since most of these clip shows go with the formula of, hey, we have nothing to do. So do you remember that one time when we did that one thing, and then the clip plays, and now you repeat that for the entire episode? That's how all these clip shows turn out. And they are some of the most repetitive things of all time. I get that they were only made because they ran out of a budget, but if that's the case, just give us a season with less episodes. Because I'd rather watch a mostly good season with like 19 episodes than watch a 20 episode season with a pointless clip show that ends up being a waste of my time. You could say, if you don't like clip shows, just skip over them. No one's making you watch them. And although that's a fair point, to me, I find it disappointing when I hear that, oh, there's going to be a new episode of a show that I like, only for it to be filled to the brim with clips from older episodes that I could be watching, instead of wasting my time watching regurgitated content with a slightly different coat of paint. And that's why I think clip shows are kind of stupid.
Alright, look, I understand that restaurants want to try to be unique and all, but when a restaurant tries to be unique, they typically want to focus on the atmosphere or on the food itself. But one thing that you shouldn't try to be unique with is change the names of the sizes. Normally when you go to any normal restaurant or anywhere that sells food, what are the sizes? Well, it should be obvious. They're small, medium, and large, and that's the way it should be. However, places like Starbucks and Cold Stone thought, hey, why should we use the normal size names for our sizes? Let's make up our own shit. So then you get things like It, Love It, and Gotta Have It at Cold Stone, and Starbucks it's Tall, Grande, and Bendy. Why was changing the names of the sizes necessary? It's not like I'll go to fucking Cold Stone and they won't have any clue what I'm talking about when I say that I want a medium. Why do I gotta say I wanna love it? Yeah, they know I'm forced to say that I wanna love it, but it's so unnecessary and it just makes my trip to Cold Stone feel more awkward. That's why I'd rather go to Baskin Robbins because I don't need to deal with the personal awkwardness of saying that I wanna love it. Oh, and let's get to Starbucks. Like, why is ordering a tall basically ordering a small? Wouldn't it be short then? The message is contradicting itself. Same thing with the Grande. Grande without the E is grand, so shouldn't that also be a large? Why do the sizes have to be this way? Oh, and for Vendy, I don't know what the fuck a Vendy is, nor do I care because it's a stupid name. The sizes for Starbucks contradict each other, so just call the tall a short, a medium an average, and a large a grande. Or better yet, just call it small, medium, and large like everybody else does. That's why I think different size names are kind of stupid.
Despite what I put in the title, I cannot stand the existence of these creatures, especially during the summer when these things are everywhere. These creatures are some of the most aggressive pieces of shit that I've ever seen. One of the worst features from these things are their stingers, which is the way they attack you. Let me compare wasp to a similar animal, the bee. Now, bees typically don't sting you because if they do, they literally die. Meanwhile, with the wasp, if they sting you, they will still have their stinger, and that's not all. Due to the fact that wasps are very aggressive creatures, they will sting you multiple times. That's not all though. Unlike bees where it's a whole if you don't bother bees, they won't bother you sort of deal, wasps just want to start a fight. I'll be minding my own business and BAM! A wasp swings over and tries to sting me. What did I do for this wasp to be pissed off at me? All I did was stand outside for 2 seconds and already the wasp wants me dead. I'm normally not afraid of animals, but wasps are way too scary for me. The second I see a wasp nest, I run away because those things are always out for blood. How are these things considered insects when they're literally pests? They only exist to inconvenience people and make their day miserable. They're so bad that they even get their own raid bottle. And they should because these assholes build their nests nearby homes so there's no escape from them. These wasps are taking their hatred towards humans way too personally and decide to build their nest nearby people's homes, so you have to waste your money on the exterminator to get rid of the nest. Because let's be real, who wants to go get a ladder without any sort of bee suit just to try to get rid of a nest? Especially a wasp nest when you know very well these aggressive assholes will strike at any moment. Wasps are assholes that hate the existence of human beings and just want to abuse their stingers because they don't die when they sting people. Yeah, wasps get me pissed beyond belief, and I also think that wasps are kind of stupid. So we've all had to use images for basically anything involving a computer or a printer, right? You know, it's like we constantly search the web for some of those images that we use for things like posters, slide presentations, and editing videos, that sort of crap. Basically, just about all of us have used an image for something before. Now here's the thing about images. Normally, we don't want the backgrounds in the images because these images need to be somewhere other than whatever the original context is, because we're making a new context for whatever images we're using. Well, that's what PNGs are for. They're supposed to be giving us an image without a background whenever we search for it on Google. That's the difference from a JPEG and a PNG for most people. So now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go on to Google Images and download this PNG for this video and... oh fuck, what the shit is this? And that's when it hits you. You just downloaded a fake PNG image and now you're like, These fucking images try to trick you with having those checkered backgrounds, much like a regular PNG image, but don't let the background deceive you. These things are here to annoy people and waste your fucking time. It's only when you plop those things into whatever you're using is when you find out the truth. And the truth is that you feel annoyed and shit, and now you only really have 2 choices now. Either A, go out of your way and erase the actual background, which takes a while, which can be done, but let's be real, most people don't want to fucking do it. Or B, just go out there and look for an image without a background. But you know what? There is actually a solution to this whole fake PNG problem. Look up whatever image you're looking up on, like Google Images, click on Tools, move your mouse to Color, and then click on Transparent. And there you go. Now you'll have an actual PNG without that fake checkered background bullcrap included with it. It's a shame that most people don't know about this trick because it's useful as hell, but I hate the fact that I have to do this every single time that I want to get a transparent image because I just don't feel like manually erasing the entire background to get what I want. Nor do I want to do the same clicking process over and over again because guess what? I need to download these PNG images a lot for what I'm trying to do. And let me tell you this, despite how short it seems, the amount of times that I have to download these PNGs, it really adds up. And the truth of the matter is that we all have limited time in our day. And I don't want to waste my time just doing this crap over and over again. And I just wish that this bullcrap never became that much of a problem anyways, because it just wastes my time and it wastes everybody's time. And that's why I think fake PNGs are kind of stupid. So have you ever looked at a straw, seen how nice it looks, and how easy it is to drink any liquid using that straw? Have you ever thought to yourself, man, this straw is so useful. Fuck, I wish there was a way to make this an annoying piece of shit that doesn't work. What's that? You're being a normal person and saying hell no? Well, guess what, buddy? Paper straws exist. So, the whole point of paper straws is that it's supposed to be a more eco-friendly or whatever thing it is version of straws. But, like, if you do some basic understanding of how paper and water work, then you realize that this is a horrible idea.
Because if you know how it works, then you can comprehend that water or any kind of liquid will get that paper and make it mushy as shit. I swear, every single time I drink from one of those straws, I can never finish the drink without the straw itself being all scrunched up and bent and all that shit that makes it unusable. Like, if the whole point of it is to be friendly to the environment or whatever, then why is it so fucking undurable? Take a plastic straw, for example. You can move that thing from one cup to another and be perfectly fine. Meanwhile, with a paper straw, if you do the exact same thing, the straw will end up being very crumpled and look like a fucking mess. To make it even more frustrating, this type of straw is used in every single fast food place. Oh my god, especially at Burger King. Holy fucking shit, Burger King and its use of paper straws annoys the hell out of me because it's the only thing that they have. Burger King wants me to have it my way. Well, my way is going to be buying a few plastic straws and then leave it in my car so that way it can sit and stay. And that way, whenever a fast food place tries to offer me a paper straw, I can just be like, hell no, and use my actual plastic straw. I don't know why they're still being used. I genuinely hate these things with a passion just because of how useless they are to do its actual function, which is simply to just drink a water, soda, or any liquid or whatever's inside the cup. Because they just break so easily. And that's why I think paper straws are kind of stupid. So April 1st, you know it, I know it, it's April Fool's Day. And on April Fool's Day, you know, it's a day with a bit of tomfoolery. This is basically the one day where a lot of YouTubers everywhere can just make whatever the fuck they want, and people will be like, oh yeah, it's an April Fool's joke. And you know, that's all fine and dandy. But obviously, we have some YouTubers who decide that their idea of a joke, and I'm using joke in quotation marks, is saying shit like, oh my god, guys, I'm totally quitting YouTube forever. You know, they got that sad music, and they try so fucking hard to make it look convincing. But like 10 seconds later, it's like, haha, got you, I'm not actually leaving. Like, wow, you uploaded an I'm leaving YouTube joke on April Fool's Day? That's so fucking original. It's not like someone would have seen that this was an April Fool's joke coming from a mile away. Like, wow, you're so fucking creative. Whoa, I'm fucking leaving YouTube. That's such a clever joke that's never been done before. Yeah, this is obviously just not a funny joke. And it's not even clever because it's just so obvious as an April Fool's joke. Like, no one's gonna fall for this. Nor is it even entertaining. I got respect for YouTubers who make any April Fool's video and have it be something that's different. Something that's not, haha, I'm leaving forever, but not really. Because holy shit, thank you for doing something that's not that. Anyways, yeah, fuck those videos that are just saying, haha, I'm gonna quit YouTube forever, because no one's fucking believing that shit. I'm uploading this on not April 1st, because this isn't a joke. Those April Fool's videos are kind of stupid. Let me take you back to the year 2017, which was 8 years ago. Wow. Anyways, back to the year 2017. You know, this was the time when shit like the original Nintendo Switch was announced. Everyone was going insane over shit like Breath of the Wild. This was a time when YouTube still had some fucking edge to it. Remember, this was before the infamous Logan Paul suicide video happened, and then the shit hit the fan after that. Anyways, so 2017. This was a year when there was just so much random ass shit being trendy. But there was this one trend that I still to this day will never understand why it became as trendy as it was. You know what it is. It's the fucking fidget spinners. I remember this shit being everywhere that I went to. It was impossible to escape. They were like in every YouTube video. You can go to fucking school and people would be fucking playing with that shit all the damn time. You could walk past the fucking street and people would still be playing with those damn things. You can go to a random ass 7-Eleven and buy yourself one of those things because holy shit, when those things are trendy, oh my god, I remember those things being fucking expensive as hell. You basically have to spend like $7 for this little toy where you just fucking spin it. It just spins. That's it. Like, it doesn't do much. Fuck, me just using this thing makes me feel like I'm one of those YouTube content farms or some shit like that. Like, why was this so popular? Why did this trend so hard? And, like, every single person had one of these things at one point. I was fucking guilty of it as well, because I own one of these things. I remember spending, like, $8 on this slightly yellowish fidget spinner. I must have thought it was like some golden fidget spinner or some shit, but I spent real money on this. I remember wanting this to fit in with everybody else. Yeah, I was desperate, and those were $8 I'll never get back. Thankfully, this trend is fucking dead, but like, I don't understand why this was so big at all in the first place. But you know what? This whole fad pretty much died as soon as 2017 ended. So that's why instead of me saying that fidget spinners are kind of stupid, this is more thinking that they were kind of stupid. Because this was all in the past. Yeah. If you grew up during the 2000s or the 2010s and also grew up with cable TV, then you know exactly what the fuck this is. But in the instance that the only TV that you grew up with was shit like fucking PBS Kids, then let me explain it for you really quickly. So, Nickelodeon is a cable network that was more for kids. They had some cartoons and some sitcoms that were basically playing during 6 in the morning and up until 9 p.m. It was definitely the fucking programming channel of all time. So anyways, now that you know what Nickelodeon is, I'll go back to what this video is actually about. So, once a year, Nickelodeon would have something called the Nickelodeon Worldwide Day of Play, where it basically told kids, yeah, you gotta go outside for 3 hours. Yes, for the record, it was actually 3 hours. Trust me, when I was a kid, that shit felt like it was fucking all day, but apparently it wasn't. On this day, when you turned on the TV to watch Nickelodeon, you would see this gift just go on over and over again with some narrator be like, hey, all these kids are going outside. Why the fuck aren't you outside yourself? And it would just be on that loop for 3 hours straight. Now, for most people, when they saw this message, they would just change the channel to Cartoon Network or Disney Channel for a few hours instead of shutting off the TV and just going outside and fucking playing. Because here's the thing. I get the message, but what if it's like fucking raining or snowing outside? Do you really want to go outside and play for a few hours? Hell no! What if you just came back from playing and now you just want to sit down and watch TV, but nope. Oh, here comes the fucking message over and over again. Because, dude, I'm fucking tired. I just want to watch some Nickelodeon. I don't want to be fucking lectured to go outside and play some more. Are you kidding me? You know, I think for most people growing up, including myself, this wasn't a worldwide day of play, but this was rather a worldwide change the channel to something else day. I don't remember any kid that I knew that actually liked this idea. And I know a lot of people are fucking frustrated because they just want to watch some SpongeBob or whatever and not sit their ass down and see this GIF and see the same two audio lines play over and over again for 3 hours straight. I know what Nickelodeon's trying to do, but honestly, I don't think anybody looked at this day like fondly at all. It just really devolves into a message that isn't about going outside and playing, but rather, let's just change the channel for a few hours and watch something else because, oh well, I guess I'm not watching Nickelodeon today. Yeah, not being able to watch Nickelodeon for a few hours is very frustrating for a lot of people, and none of us who grew up with cable TV even liked the Worldwide Day of Play. And for that reason, that's why I think the Nickelodeon Worldwide Day of Play is kind of stupid. So we've all listened to some music, right? The genre itself doesn't matter. Okay, some of us listen to a whole variety of music, and some of us only really listen to one band or singer, and that's it. Whatever the case is, you're just enjoying your music. And you know, when people listen to music, you know, there's some people who like to listen to video game music. And when it comes to video games, one of the first companies that will come to your mind is most likely Nintendo. I'm sure that most of us have decided to just say fuck it and listen to some song from a Nintendo game because, you know what, we just fucking feel like it. And we also know that Nintendo isn't necessarily the friendliest company when it comes to their IP. And you know, when people put their music onto YouTube, you know, Nintendo doesn't really like that and they'll fucking take it down. Which, of course, has led to so many people just asking Nintendo, just put your music on Spotify, please. Because if Nintendo's gonna pull off that shit, at least let us listen to our music in some official way. Well, I guess Nintendo has somewhat listened to our complaints, because now they have their own music app called, well, Nintendo Music. To do a quick summary of what Nintendo Music is, it's what you think it is. Nintendo grabs a select variety of games from their different eras, they put the soundtrack on their music app, that's it. However, here's the thing. You ever wonder why so many people want Nintendo's music to be on Spotify and not their own fucking app? I think the answer should be obvious, but let me spell it out. We don't just fucking listen to only Nintendo's music. With this app, the only thing we can do is only listen to Nintendo's music. We can't have a variety of songs that we like. No, we're just stuck with Nintendo's music. You know, we want to do stuff like, let's get some Carrie Underwood, let's get some Guns N' Roses, let's mix that in with the fucking Dr. Mario soundtrack. I don't know. The point is we want more than just only Nintendo's music. We want to have all of the songs that we like into one nice big playlist for us to listen to. However, as we know, this is Nintendo. It's their way or the fucking highway. And the highway only has billboards to Mario stuff. I mean, there's always the option to just say fuck you and just make a YouTube playlist and have all the songs you want. Totally a petty way to spite Nintendo, but you can do that, I guess. But yeah, I just really wish that I had the option to listen to just about anything that I wanted to officially on one app, instead of needing to get like Nintendo's music and then getting my own playlist for the other songs that I like and all that shit. It's just really inconvenient. And that's why I think Nintendo music is kind of stupid. The kitchen is just one of those places that we tend to go to basically every day of our lives. Because let's be real, we at least get something to drink, right? Now, we all have our various types of beverages that we drink, whether it's something like water, or soda, or beer, or in our case, juice. So how do most of us get juice, you ask? Well, it's simple. We grab a little Capri Sun, poke a straw through the pouch, and call it a day. But what if we want something that's a little bit fresher? Well, we normally grab just a bunch of fruit, put that shit in a blender, turn it on, let the blender do its thing, and there you go. However, what if all those steps are just too difficult for us to do, and we want the ability to have some kind of machine to make the juice for us? Well, here comes Juicero. It was a machine that uses these little pouches to squeeze the juice out of the system. So you might be thinking, okay, that sounds a little bit gimmicky, but you just gotta plug that thing in and you're good to go, right? Wrong! You gotta make a Juicero account, log on to the internet, and only then will you be able to use the Juicero. With the account thing, okay, sure, whatever. The juice packets that the Juicero has comes in through the mail, through subscription service, so okay, whatever, I get it. But why the fuck do I need to be connected to the internet to get the damn machine to work? All it does is squeeze fucking juice packets. So you might be thinking, okay, it's just the juicer that needs to connect Wi-Fi, is that it? Since it does something as simple as just squeezing juice, but with Wi-Fi, you might think, okay, it's like the same price or maybe slightly more expensive than the average juicer. I'm gonna use my home state as a reference point, so just bear that in mind. Okay, so when I go to a store, a juicer is like $50 at the low end spectrum, and you go all the way up to $150 if you want to go for the really high end stuff. So how much do you think a Juicero cost? Go ahead, make a guess. $700. It did price drop to $300 a year later, though. I don't think I need to say this, but if you're spending $700 fucking dollars on a fucking juicer that literally only squeezes fucking juice packets, you are insanely irresponsible with money, and you should not be trusted with any kind of purchasing power anymore. But anyways, do you want to know what's really funny about this whole thing? I've been sticking on and on about how all this does is squeeze juice packets. Did you know, if you used your bare hands, you can get the exact same results as a $700 juicer? This whole product feels like it was made as a joke. An overly expensive machine that needs Wi-Fi to fucking work when all it does is just squeeze juice packets? That's no better than just squeezing it with your fucking bare hands? But no, this was actually for sale. The only good thing to come out of this product is the fact that it died quickly. However, even though this thing lived and died super quickly, I will not forget about how pointless this fucking product was. And another way to describe pointless is stupid. And that's why I think the Juicero was kind of stupid. Pizza. It's some Italian food that's so popular that it's basically sold everywhere in the world. In fact, it's so popular that it ends up spawning two different divisions of Italian restaurants: pizza parlors and everything else. Anyways, although a pizza parlor does typically sell mainly pizzas, they have other stuff as well. You know, stuff like pasta, chicken wings, breadsticks, and, well, salads. However, if you even think about ordering a salad, you basically just insulted the restaurant and spat onto their face. Because, well, if you want a salad, oh, they'll punish you for having the gall to order something that has vegetables on anything other than pizza. Because now, These people will go to the most withered farm to get the most dry-ass lettuce. They will go and cut up tomatoes, not in regular-ass slices, but in this weird triangle bullshit. They will just dump a shit ton of olives and onions into the salad to the point where it feels like there's more olives and onions in the salad than actual fucking lettuce. And to top it all off, they'll just grab the biggest fucking pepper that they'll find and not cut it, but instead, they'll just dump it into the salad. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe they wanted to put in a message as an extra fuck you and as a warning sign to not order another salad from them ever again. And not to mention, a lot of pizza places just put the salad on top of the pizza boxes, and it just makes it taste really warm, and it makes it even more disgusting than it already is. Like, fuck, I'm sorry for ordering this shit. You don't need to make it warm on top of that. I get the message. Honestly, they should just take this crap off their menu because they don't want us to order it, so just don't put it on the menu for fuck's sake. So yeah, in conclusion, these salads taste like shit. But I guess I get what I deserve for ordering a salad at a fucking pizza place of all things. I'm not the only one who's stupid here. These pizza place salads are also kinda stupid. The number 13, often known as the unlucky number. And well, this is the 13th episode of the series, and with Halloween being, well, today, if I don't fuck up with the timing of this episode's release, I decided that we're going to be talking about a bit of bad luck that's associated with Halloween as well. More specifically, this one stereotype of bad luck where if a black cat walks by you, then that's pure bad luck. I mean, come on, you've probably heard it numerous times, at least in the US, where, ooh, don't get near that black cat, ooh, all the bad luck in the world's gonna hit you at once. Yeah, that's total fucking bullshit. It's a fucking lie that reeks from the litter box. They deserve as much love as all the other cats, but they often get seen as, ooh, this spooky Halloween thing, and that's kinda it. Due to this idea that they'll all bring bad luck, they end up not getting adopted as often just because of this fear that adopting them will just give them some kind of curse. Not to mention, there's a lot of shelters that just refuse to allow people to adopt black cats on October, because there's this fear that people will simply just adopt that cat for the Halloween aesthetic, and once October's over, they'll just dump them down some road and call it a day. And due to this bad luck notion for most people, the people who actually own a black cat get really afraid during the Halloween season because there's this fear that there's gonna be some asshole who will kill their cat for some ritual or to prevent their bad luck or something like that. It puts a lot of stress on both the pet stores and the owners of the pets that their cats could be in danger from people looking to adopt for the aesthetic of Halloween and from those who are gonna commit animal cruelty due to their fear of getting bad luck. Oh, and if you really want to know what happens when you walk past a black cat, it's simple. They'll meow and beg for more food. So yeah, to anyone who owns a cat, make sure they're safe. Have a happy Halloween. Your cats are awesome and they don't bring bad luck. And this idea that all black cats bring bad luck is kind of stupid.